Well, good afternoon. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to the special edition Missouri Healthy Schools. And we got the special broadcast for you. I am Guy Danhoff, and I'm joined today by the dynamic duo of SpakerSpot. And that is with Megan Baker as well as Kristi Spiers. Hey, gals, how you doing?
We're doing all right.
All right, well, my first question is, I got to ask the question, how did you guys come up with this whole SpakerSpot? But more importantly, as you guys, your brand mantra is your daily dose of physical activity. How did this whole concept come about?
Well, I think it was just all about filling a need in this COVID situation that we're all in, and connecting with our own students and finding ways to keep them moving and see familiar faces. We talk about being genuine, authentic, and real all the time. And I had Coach Spiers with me, and we kind of just decided to had this whole idea and went from there.
Yeah, I mean, it was just something that came about. I mean, the name is in itself, like, I'm Coach Spiers, she's Coach Baker, put them together. And it honestly has been so rejoiceful to see parents come up and was like, oh, our students and our kids just watch SpakerSpot, and have them interact with us through that. And then, in this pandemic, it's been great.
Well, I got to tell you, in this pandemic, it's almost to some degree, you guys are like superheroes. And of course, with every superhero, if you're going to have Superman, you got to have Clark Kent. And I'm just curious, right, who you guys are and where do you guys actually teach and all that good fun stuff? Because I think people like to know a little bit more about you two.
Yeah, so Megan Baker, I teach PE and health at the middle school level.
Yeah, I'm Kristi Spiers. I teach elementary.
And I've been there a little over 10 years. And
I've been there for 5. Or almost 5. We're both in Belton, and we both coach softball. And it's been great. I mean, I feel like we've always just clicked really well with, the way we've done things. And it's been great.
So I have to ask you guys, a little over a week ago, Desi's very own, Sean Nevels, has to go on a slight sabbatical. As you guys know, he works for Desi. He certainly oversees, physical education and health. And he asks you guys about filling in for a spot. What was your guys' initial thought when he asked you guys that?
Yeah, I mean, it was,
yes.
Yeah, it was totally cool. And he would ask us these things, and we're like, you don't have to ask us. Whatever you need, we're gonna do it. So.
We just felt really appreciative to him reaching out to us to do something that he's doing, and just filling a spot for him was just, like I said, appreciative.
Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you guys, a few weeks ago when he did his flea market fitness, I mean, man, he really took it to the next level with just teaching people at home how to take, ordinary items that they already have and how they can make some really cool activities for being stuck at home for that recess segment. And this past week, you guys did the milk jug trick shot, and that was a lot of fun. I know you guys are going to be looking forward to seeing, hopefully, people post on social media, on Twitter, their best trick shot. But this week, I was wondering, what do you guys got in plan in store for us for this week's episode?
Oh, we got something huge planned. We are bringing and rolling out our Spaker games.
Yep.
And you can tell them what really it is. Yeah.
Yeah. This week it's National Sport and Physical and Health Week. So we wanted to break out something that really incorporates a lot of the health, the physical education, the sport, all of it into one that really truly represents who we are and who we like to represent.
All right. So with that being said, I was just curious, because just so viewers are aware, guys, they don't get paid for this. Their school didn't mandate that they do this. This is something that they decided to do on their own, obviously trying to fulfill a need. And guys, I was just wondering, we'll start with you, Megan, really, if you really think about it, what's your why? In other words, why did you decide to do this?
Yeah, I mean, you become a teacher for emotional reasons. And I think mine was to make kids feel like winners. You know, I felt like that growing up in the sport and athletic world. And I wanted kids to feel like a winner. And you get 10 years down the road and you kind of almost lose some of that. And when we brought SpakerSpot in, it brings you to a new level of passion that I didn't think really existed. And whatever doubts I had, even being too old to learn, you know, new tricks or do something exciting or think people even cared, all that doubt is gone, and it's just a new exciting passion that has always been there. It's even elevated to a new level.
Sure. And Kristi, how about you? I mean, what really, if you think about it, if you reflect, why did you really decide to do this?
Purpose and passion. I've always been driven and motivated to do things that are passionate and purposeful for me. And, us being a decade apart, really just like, and you can never tell that with the way that she's passionate with what she's doing and my purpose and drive for what I do and continue to do. And I think that's just where it comes. I mean, what we're doing, it creates a purpose for even other people and other generations. And that's, I think, the bottom line.
Well, I have to be honest with you. When you have your head on, Kristi, when I watched all your YouTubes, I actually thought first and foremost you guys were sisters. And I thought maybe you guys were maybe 2 years apart. Just saying. So
Yeah,
there you go.
I needed that. Yeah.
So I have to ask the question, guys. What was it like this past week? Because let's just face it, when over 1,000 people view anything, there's obviously a lot of substance there. There's something that really strikes a chord in people. And, when you guys were watching this all unfold after you guys, certainly did your live show, what was watching all that, taking place, all that response, and even people reaching out to you guys, giving you, maybe the high five or whatever the case may be, what was that like for you guys?
Exciting.
Yeah, I mean, it was. And like my kids now say like their mom's a YouTuber. And so like I have like the cool mom badge now. So, I mean, it's just been fast. It's been exciting. And yeah, now that I'm the cool mom, it's even, better.
And I agree with that. I mean, seeing 1,000 views on something that you just put out within 10 hours is unbelievable to me. And with our heart rate video, I mean, we reached over 2,000 in like weeks. So seeing something reach that many and then just seeing all of the support and all of that was really encouraging.
Yeah. So one of the things I noticed and I hate to admit this, but I did binge watch your guys' YouTubes. Once you watch one, I guess you got to watch them all. But at least watch 5. And I remember, you guys always saying at the beginning and the end, your daily dose of physical activity. I know it made me want to go outside and walk. You guys saw me post that on certainly social media. And, people that are watching, why do you think that this really connects with people, and especially with the kids? Because I know a lot of kids certainly have said a lot of things, but why do if you would, what's your like secret sauce with your formula?
Oh gosh, I mean, we don't know. We're very similar in very, a lot of ways. Her birthday is June 1st, mine's June 2nd. We both have animals named Chief. It was, she's from Richmond, Missouri, and I have family in Richmond. So there was a lot of things that just naturally meshed. And I think now, especially now, kids need to see that. And hopefully that's what everybody is getting from us, is just that genuine, authentic desire to give back to kids.
Right.
And I agree with that. I mean, you put someone like her and someone like me together, but like our funny, our quirkiness, the way we, say things, or like keep going with your daily dose, it's check your heart rate, like all of those things create the binge worthiness, behind it all. And like, I'm just happy we get to do it together.
Yeah. All right, guys, if you guys have interviewed with me before, which you haven't, but if you guys have ever watched me interview people, I'm always good at putting people on the spot. So here it is. If you have not seen their intro, why don't you guys do your intro for the viewers?
Hey, welcome to SpakerSpot. I'm Coach Spiers.
And I'm Coach Baker.
And here's your daily dose of physical activity.
We know it by heart, in our sleep, in our dreams.
You guys do it so well, I got to tell you, it's just so contagious. I just love how then you guys get right into the work and you guys are telling people what to do. And here's the other thing, guys. When I sat and like I said, binge watched, a couple of things stood out to me. You guys really care about understanding the different level of people who might be doing this. So even if you're a beginner, even if you're at a low level of fitness, you're reaching everyone. And the other thing I can't help but notice, and Megan, maybe you can help give some insight on this. I really think that what you guys are doing aligns with the WISC model, which is obviously, whole community, whole school, whole child. Is that something you've been intentional about, or how did that come about?
I think the WISC model is very personal and important in my family. My son was diagnosed with dyslexia and general anxiety disorder. So a lot of things in the school realm are really difficult for him, but he's really successful because he has a village. And that's exactly what the WISC model brings to us and my family and our school community, because it's bringing and mastering that whole village that takes to raise a child. And as an educator, I know he's not the only kid going through that.
Right.
And so WISC model, we've been really big advocates on that, just because we know how many of our own students struggle with that, and just how important it is to hit every aspect of that whole child.
Yeah, I got to tell you, that was something that I did see threaded through, again, from watching all your different programming and just being really mindful of that. And obviously, I think that's your collective years of teaching has really led you to following a really sound model in using the WISC. And then the other question that I have for you guys is, what's your guys, for those who might be watching now, some of your colleagues even, right, that have been thinking about maybe having these types of ideas that they know they could contribute. Certainly they've got the experience to do it, but what encouragement would you have for them to get started?
Just do it.
Yeah, just go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it. I mean, nothing bad can come out of it. Even if you connect with one kid or you make a special relationship, it's all worth it. And it's fun. I can't tell you how much fun, how many times we text each other and call each other about ideas and just how to grow. And it's exciting to bring it into our own classrooms. And we miss our students. We're excited to get back to school and tell and share with them everything we've been doing.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, it really is just very fun. And we just had a purpose that we weren't going to stop.
Right.
So we doing it, and then all of a sudden look at what happens to us now. We get to sit in an interview with the Guy Danhoff, and we get to have representation from MoShape and all of that. It's just great. It's a very rewarding feeling.
Yeah, that's awesome. So final question, I know you guys are getting big time. I have to ask, do you guys do your own hair and makeup, or do you have a crew that does it for you?
Yeah, that's why I'm wearing a hat, Guy. Come on now.
That's why we continue to wear hats.
That's
if you know a makeup crew, send them our way.
Hashtag Spaker goals to, have our own hair and makeup people.
All right, I'll see what I can do about that. But guys, always tune in every Wednesday at 3:00, where we have the Stuck at Home Recess live show. Again, our guest this week is going to be Megan Baker and Kristi Spiers of SpakerSpot this Wednesday at 3:00. And with that, I want to thank our guests. I am Guy Danhoff. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to this special edition here by Missouri Healthy Schools in association with the Missouri PTA and MoShape. Thank you guys for watching. Tune in at 3:00 for the next episode. Thank you.